It is your girl, the Moon Goddess Liam, your favorite tarot reader, and I am back with a in separation love reading for the collective. Let's go ahead and jump right into this read. I have already meditated over the energy and pulled some cards. So we have the Nine of Cups and Judgment. We have the Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune. We have Two of Wands, Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords, and then we have the King of Cups. So the way that I'm going to be doing this reading and the way that I pull the cards is so that we can look into what you thought was happening, what was actually happening, and what is occurring currently. All right, so when you and this person were together, it was very blissful. You had it in your mind that this was definitely going to be some level of wish fulfillment with this individual. They checked off all of your boxes. They made your heart sing. There was a lot of physical attraction in regards to this person. And you just felt very, very comfortable being yourself around this individual. You felt that things were going to be moving in a direction of you guys getting closer and things, you know, really moving in a positive, more committed direction. All right, you felt that things were really fulfilled for you at this time when you were dealing with this person. But what was actually going on was you were being prepared for an awakening of some sort. You were being prepared for a major life event. There was a big decision that you were going to have to make based on the scenarios that were coming together in this relationship. Okay, so you felt like things were going really well for a while, and then you started to feel like things are starting to shift a little bit. What was really going on is this person looked at you like icing on a cake, like the sun after the rain. Okay, with the Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune here, this person that is on your mind definitely felt that you were also their wish fulfillment. They felt that they were going to start becoming their best selves by being with you. Ultimately, the issue here is that you both were relying on each other for something that you should have been producing your own selves. All right, you were looking at this person as wish fulfillment, and this person was looking at you as someone who was going to make their life better and was going to put them in a better position, whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially. You both were looking to gain something in this dynamic. Okay, and so what ended up happening here is you both were, with the Two of Wands, you both had expectations of what the other was going to deliver. And as you both were in your Queen of Wands energy, expecting for certain things to happen, they did not start to happen. And so it put you in the mind frame of things are going to start to fall apart. You started to get really anxious. You started to have worrying feelings. You started to doubt where this relationship was actually going to go. Okay, so all of that was running space in your mind, and it started to manifest for you in your reality. Okay, all of those thoughts of worry, all those thoughts of anxiousness, all those thoughts of not actually having your wishes fulfilled started to drive a wedge between you and your person. And so one of you decided to take a step back to get your emotions in check with the King of Cups being here. One of you decided that one of you recognized that this was a codependent scenario, and that one of you needed to take a step back and regulate yourselves in hopes that the other would follow suit and become independent in your own right. For each of you to become independent in your own right. All right, Spirit, tell me more about what is currently going on in this situation. So now the separation has occurred, and the hope is there that you guys will be able to reconcile, but as whole individuals. So we have the Ten of Pentacles here, which does indicate there's going to be a reunion, and it will be a happy ever after type of a scenario, okay? But this is only after you both are able to give yourselves what it was that you were hoping to get from the other person. You are not to be getting into a relationship because there is something that somebody can do for you. There needs to be more genuinity when we are getting into relationships. It can't just be about what this person is able to do for me, how this person is able to sexually please me, how much money this person has, how good this person looks. Can this person actually love you in the love language that you require? Can you actually love this person in the love language they require? What are your thoughts on family? Do you want children? Do they want children? Are you both like no children at this time? We can revisit in the future. What are your thoughts on commitment? Are you looking for marriage? Are they looking for marriage? Where do your minds sync up? What are the differences between you? And can you tolerate the differences between you? Do the tolerances add more excitement to the relationship? Do the differences add more depth to the relationship? Are you going to be able to communicate effectively when your differences start to take a forefront to the relationship? Okay, these are all things that need to be considered when trying to get into a relationship with somebody. How are you with your finances? How are they with their finances? What are your views on money? What are your views on saving? Do you guys have life insurances? What are your thoughts on those things? Do you have jobs that provide benefits, health insurance, things of that nature? Even stuff like that. Do you go to the doctors regularly? Do you go to the dentist regularly? Do you get your vision checked, your hearing? How well do you really take care of yourself? Are all determining factors that are much deeper than surface level when it comes to wanting to be in a reunion, when you want to be in a union with someone for a long period of time, especially if you're talking about marriage, legacy, generational wealth, and things of that nature. All right, spirits, tell me more about how this reconciliation is going to transpire. All right, so we have the 7 of Pentacles followed by the 9 of Pentacles. So this goes from 7 to 9, which is skipping the 8. And 7 of Pentacles is when you're planting seeds, which means you know what needs to be done. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is the harvest of those seeds planted, but you both are missing the 8 of Pentacles, which is actually doing the work that follows planting the seed, but precedes getting the harvest. Okay, so that step cannot be missed if there is going to be a successful union. So you have the 10 of Pentacles here, you have the 7 of Pentacles, and then you have the 9 of Pentacles. If the 8 of Pentacles were here, you would have 7, 8, 9, 10. So if there has been a barrier or a blockage with you and this individual reconciling, it's because you guys are not actually doing the work. All right, there's work that needs to be done on an individual level for this union to come back full circle and to be a flourishing dynamic. Now, if you guys so choose not to do this work, you might as well hang it up in terms of this relationship and start looking elsewhere. But when you begin to look elsewhere, that's not going to change the fact that this 8 of Pentacles energy is still going to be needed. You are still going to have to take time to work on yourself. You are still going to have to work on how to communicate through your triggers, how to communicate when you're not feeling like your best self. Okay, how are you going to handle life when things are thrown at you that you are not expecting? You know what I mean? These are all things that you are going to have to work on. Your tolerance, your emotional regulation, your emotional maturity, that depression and anxiety. You cannot expect to get into a relationship with someone when you're full of anxiety and depression. That's not fair to make somebody have to deal with that. So are you presenting yourself as a whole individual to the person that is on your mind, or are you looking to be saved? Because in going into 2024, that trying to be saved shit has to be done. You have to be coming in healthy, whole, ready to handle your shit, and anybody who comes into your life is just going to be an add-on. Anybody who is looking at you in a romantic light, who wants to add to your life, it's not going to be because you cannot handle it on your own or because you're not handling it on your own. It's because they actually are developing feelings for you and they want to share the load with you, and that is perfectly fine. That is perfectly healthy because that is not a codependent type of scenario. All right, Spirit, give me one more message to close out the reading for the collective, please. All right, so we have the Lovers and the Tower. So there's a choice that has to be made, okay? This relationship was built on a lot of ego. It was not built on a true emotional and spiritual connection, okay? So situations had to arise where this had to be dismantled so that you could see where your ego was tripping you up, and you are now able to give yourself a new playing ground where you can show up as your authentic self. All the ugly has been shown at this point, and that has all been dismantled. So now you are able to make the decision to resonate and move in your more higher vibrating self, okay, to be a better version of you so that you can have the relationship that you're looking for. And this is not just on your end. If you're doing all of this work but the person on your mind is not, it's still going to be the same scenario of there being delays and blockages in the reconciliation. You both have to be putting in this work. We are coming into an era where we're not going to be able to just be able to get by anymore. We have to actually do the work that is expected of us for our soul's development and our soul's growth. Otherwise, we are going to find ourselves stuck in that Nine of Swords energy, having constant internal turmoil, constant internal battles, and having worry and doubt and residing in energy that is not meant for us to reside in, especially going into the new calendar year. All right, so that is it for the reading, you guys. I hope that this resonates, and I hope that you take the advice in this reading. Real quick, at the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles followed by the Three of Cups. So that does symbolize that as long as the work gets done, there is going to be abundance. There is going to be so much to celebrate, but there's also going to be for sure that reconciliation that you are looking for, your manifestations realized with that Three of Cups energy being there, okay? All right, y'all, enjoy your holiday with your loved ones. Peace, love, and light.